Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful antique businesses that they love. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. Another way is through my website, adirondackgirlatheart.com. It's filled with all kinds of articles about different vintage and antiques and also vintagey inspired vintage style projects as well. So today I have quite a load of antiques to share with you. Most of them fall into the antique rather than vintage category. And I'm going to start with one of the bigger things right here, because if I don't, I'll forget. So this is an amazing poster for a musical event, a band event in England, and I just think that it's remarkable. Now, it was just $2.99 at my favorite New Jersey thrift store, American Thrift. I didn't realize until I got home it has this little spot of damage, which I still would have bought it for $3, and I'm even thinking about keeping it. And at one point it may have had some glass, but I don't think there's actually much room there for glass. In any event, I'm going to try to poke out some of the paper there just to make it look a little bit better. But if I were going to sell it in this condition with a little pokey there, I would put 35 to 40 on it. Without that damage, probably, a little bit more. And I haven't done any research on it yet, so don't take my word for the value. That's just my thought. That's why I picked it up. Okay. Getting that out of the way. Now here are a couple of bowls that I picked up. This is a super cool hand-painted stick spattered, I think that's what, stick spattered design. It is marked Adams, England on the bottom with a nice old mark. It does have some crazing right there. But you can barely feel it. Very stable piece. Nice decoration. And I paid $4.50 for it. I think I got it at an antique shop. Hard to remember all the details. There's the mark. Did I show you that? I will price it at about $25 or $30. I really do love it. I think it's just beautiful. Now here's from a different, this is definitely a vintage piece. I just picked this up recently, but isn't that gorgeous? My gosh. This was from a thrift store way out in Johnstown, New York. And it's marked Old Fair, which is made in Portugal. So this is a new majolica. Really pretty embossed decoration there. Everything in the store was half off the day. It was $3. Just perfect for serving potato salad or, a bowl of pasta. Really love that. I would price it at about $25 to $30. Maybe that's going to be today's price. $25 to $30. So I'm going to stick those bowls out of the way. Okay, now within the last few months, I've picked up a bunch of religious items, which I don't usually pick up. I do sell quite a lot of rosaries, but those tend to be sterling silver rosaries. I sell those on Etsy. But I had in mind an article for my website. So I picked up a little collection of things. So where to start? Oh my gosh. I just picked this up last weekend. So this is a velvet presentation box, which I have an article on my website in general about the ones for jewelry. This one has this picture of Jesus in the background, these little hooks, I think where you would have hung the rosary. This is the rosary that was in it. Might be original, not sterling silver. I think the beads are even plastic, but I paid $6 for this little collection, and then it has this little one of those plastic thingies that would have had some ribbon on it. and little picture of a pope. So I'm hoping on Etsy, I think someone's going to be super interested in this presentation box. I think it's unique, I think it's interesting, and I will put 30, 25 to 30. Oh. Okay, here's another little presentation box. This is cardboard with a little celluloid cross on it, and you open it up, and it says right down here, you can't really see it, my rosary. So this would have also held a rosary. And I do have a couple rosaries for sale. I might sell them together, the rosary with the box, or I might sell the box separately. So it was $1 and worth $15 to $18, something like that. Now I have a small little collection of celluloid Bibles with celluloid covers. These I got at a Habitat for Humanity store near Pittsburgh, and they were free. So I picked up a few. I have an article all about celluloid, and so I'm gonna add these. Very colorful on the inside. It's a missal. It's a missal, children's missal, like a prayer book. So not sure. Again, I think this is more of an Etsy item for maybe $18 to $20. I might list them all together. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. What do you think? How do you think I should sell them? Here's one. So there's the outside, the celluloid. Not great condition, any of them, right? They were used. People use them for their prayers. So inside, there's this little gold crucifix, and I think it's from Czechoslovakia, and I'm not sure. That one, and then here's the last one in a little box, and celluloid heading towards plastic, and it opens up, has a little angel in there. So I might sell these all three together in a lot, say for $30 or $35 on those. And so then the rest, I have a bunch of like Bibles and missals, and I think that, so this one was $1. My Little Heart Prays has some nice little illustrations in there. And I guess my thinking was to like do a stack, makes a nice little stack. Here's a New Testament, and here is a another missal prayer book. So they would look good in a stack, I feel like. Maybe those two, and I have a couple of other black Bibles. So anyway, these price, here's a white one. So I'm gonna say $8 to maybe $20, $8 to $18 for these. And then here's a little booklet, Wonder of Bible Knowledge, and just has some information in there. I thought the cover was pretty. There's the back, so maybe $2 or $3 for that one. All right, so here's a couple of other books. These are children's books. Here's one, Poems for the Children's Hour. So this is not in great shape. It's from 1939, but oh my goodness, some great silhouettes in there and some color illustrations. So this, again, this would probably be an Etsy item. Someone might want to use those illustrations for like scrapbooking or junk journal, that sort of thing. So $15 to $20. I don't like to sell things for less than $20 on Etsy. I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Just because the hassle of the shipping and everything, but this is so easy to ship. So I would take some time to list it. Unless I keep it, of course, because it is beautiful. This is amazing. So this is Mother Goose, illustrated by Kate Greenway. So she's famous. There are current children's books that contain her illustrations, but this is much, much older. I'm going to say 1800s. Was printed in Great Britain, and often, especially with children's books, there are no copyright dates. So these images would be just beautiful framed. Of course, as a book, it's lovely. It's not in great shape. I paid $1 for it, and I'm thinking on Etsy, $30 to $35. I'll have to see what other ones, other examples the same are selling for on Etsy. Okay, so a few more paper things. Here is a box. I have trouble not picking up boxes, but this one is great with that shoe illustration. It was a box for heels or heel protectors. It's Lion's metallic stiffeners for boots and shoe heels. Any metallic plate fastened to the side of the heel to protect the counter from bending or breaking. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I like the box. Paid $1 for it. Actually, I think I paid 79 cents for it. And should sell for $3 or $4 or $5. I have some other boxes like this. I might group them all together and sell them as a lot. Okay, so here we have a bunch of paper. I just bought this weekend. It's a pop-up Valentine and made in Germany. And these sell for about $15 to $20. And so I thought the $5 was worth it. Plus I have an article on my website. I can't open that. Hang on one second. On my website all about Valentines. So I can update it with this one. And so this is the turn of the century. And it is going to need, I have to glue this bit to this bit to make it pop, to make it function properly. But it's got a little honeycomb there. It's just beautiful. And got a little old-fashioned handwriting on the back there. So that was a really nice piece. And then I picked up a bookmark. Have an article all about vintage and antique bookmarks. And this is May Springtime and Easter Time be for you a daytime. Pretty. So it was $1 and it's worth about 10, 8 or 10. And then I got a collection of blotters. So these were advertising pieces. So companies had them printed up and gave them out. And then they functioned as blotters for ink fountain pens. So you would write your letter or fill out a receipt or something like that, and the ink would be wet. And so you would blot it with a blotter, and then you would wipe the blotter, not wipe, but roll the blotter onto, or roll the blotting device onto this blotter, this paper blotter. Oh my God, did you get that? Okay, so these were $1 each. And I do have an article about them that I'm working on. So if it's done by the time this video comes out, I will link to it. So just some interesting illustrations on there. Well, there's one that I really liked. This one is sweet with the elderly couple. I thought this was funny. This is all mine. I don't even know what that means. And then here's, I would call that slightly newer. And then here's another, the last one with the ships. So just nice graphic illustrations on those. So I also am planning to write about business cards. So that's the size that we're used to, right? Nice typography on there. But then this is a more common size for turn of the century. Look at the typography on the back of that. And then here's another one. This is a hardware store in Watertown, New York. Those were $1 each. And I haven't sold these, probably like not a huge amount, maybe $3 or $4 each. I will likely eventually, after I write about them, put them together in a lot or a collection and sell them that way. So then I picked up a whole bunch of postcards because I am also writing about them. So look at that. Isn't that sweet? This is from 1905 and it's called A Heavy Load. She's carrying her little brother over the river. This one was printed in Italy. This is Albany's capital. I always pick up Albany postcards. So these are worth $3, $4, $5. I thought this was really stunning, a nighttime scene. This is from 1947 of Tampa, Florida. Really liked that one. And then these two are so fascinating. I hope you can see they have glitter on them. I've never seen a postcard like that. And that is St. Paul Building in New York. So I don't know what building that is. That's what the back looks like. And then here's another glittery one. This is from City Hall in New York City. And then this was interesting. Because I'm gonna be writing about them, I'm looking for all different kinds. So this is my first one that opens like that. And this is San Mateo, California, and dates to 1914. And then here is a darling, these were all 50 cents each. Darling little Easter example. And then this is, I think this is somewhere in Italy. So photographic postcards. I wanted to have a couple examples. And then the fish keep you busy here, York, Maine. Just colorful and attractive, right? And then this is a Hotel Wentworth in New Hampshire. And a whole bunch of people collect postcards of hotels. And there's no date, but you see it has that old-timey sort of handwriting. Here's a birthday embossed. This one is embossed, and it dates to 1909. And then finally, this is a sympathy postcard. I don't see a lot of those. And it's looks like 1924 on that one. So that's that for some postcards. Little tiny pieces of art, right? Okay, let's take a look at some ceramics now. And I can see I'm already 18 minutes in. Oh my gosh. I might have to do two videos. Let's see how the time goes. So again, this is an item I picked up this last weekend. So this is Phoenix. Call that Phoenix pattern. The little ugly bird there. This is very popular back in probably like the 1910s and 1920s. I thought this was such an interesting shape. It's not an egg cup, right? That would be like an ostrich egg in there. So would make a great little vase, right? Or even a votive holder. Probably worth about $15. This is one of my favorites. I love any tiny pottery because, oh my gosh, how difficult to make a piece like that if it was made on a pottery wheel, which perhaps it was a mold, not sure. It was $2 and I'll price it at $12. I like to have a lot of small things like that in my booth. So then I picked up this made in Germany nutmeg jar. So I buy and sell these quite often. So even without the lid, it's worth about 10 to 12, but with the lid, I'm gonna say 15, and only because it has some tiny little flea bites there. And Did I show you the bottom? The Germany, that's the mark on the bottom. And that was $2.25 for that piece. Now this, I'm not sure what it is. Did it have some sort of a lid? This is like a 22 karat gold trim. Absolutely gorgeous pattern on it, right? And no signature on the bottom. Sweet for toothpicks or for a little floral arrangement. It was $1 and I priced it about 12 or 15, 12 to 15. Then here's a piece of Limoges that I picked up for 79 cents at, looks like maybe Salvation Army. Sweet little design on that. Large for a nut dish, maybe a candy dish or a relish dish. Marked Havel, France, Limoges on the back. And typically these pieces don't sell super fast, but for 79 cents, I can put $5 on it and it will go quickly. And while we're looking at pretty ceramics, oh my gosh, look at this mirror with a brass embossed repoussé brass handle, mirrors in really good shape. It was $4. I think it was at a garage sale that someone was having where a lot of the items had been owned by an antique dealer, because this has original price of $25 on it. So they marked that down quite a lot. But look at this beautiful china back on that. And I think it's worth way more than $25. A great piece for Etsy, and I'm gonna say $50 to $60 for that piece. Now here is a transferware container. It was a toothbrush holder. See, there's drainage holes there, and then it could drain out here. Such a pretty design. And if you could find a small something plastic to insert there to put water in, it would make a beautiful vase. Just a lovely piece that I paid $2 for, and I will price it at about probably $28, $32. I've been selling small, beautiful pieces of transferware on Etsy this year with a lot of success. And here then is beautiful salt holder, and on the bottom it's marked Germany, and then it has a says Frida and the number 2. So there's Germany, and then there's Frida. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. So I did pay $12 for it because it's in super condition. No chips, no crazing, little bit of discoloration like right back there, maybe from the salt, I'm not sure. I think it's worth about, well, if I was gonna sell it from my antique booth, it would be $35, but on Etsy, I will price it in the $70 to $80 range. And this would have hung on the wall, and then you would fill it with your salt, which was super valuable back in the day, so you would want to protect it. And then the last piece of ceramic, just a little crock. It was $2, and yeah, I'm gonna be writing about crocks soon. I know I have a lot of things planned. We'll see if we get to all of them. Okay. This was a great find. So I'm not going to pronounce this properly, but there is a town or city in Germany known for making wooden toys. So they are known for having made nutcrackers, decorative nutcrackers, you know, like the soldiers at Christmas time. And they also made these beautiful little wooden villages that were intended, I believe, as toys. And the town is called Erzgebirge. I will spell it down below in the description because I really don't know how to say it. But I bought and sold several of these little villages on eBay, and I've never had one in an original box. So here's a picture depicting some of the pieces in the box. I'm guessing at one point it probably did have some animals. It does not have any animals in this set, but it has a few things that I've never had before, like a boat and a little vehicle that actually rolls. Here is, here's a look at one of the houses, and it is marked Germany on the bottom. And it's got a few trees, and here's a nice little house with a red roof, and then it has a couple of buildings that are, so that's written in English. There's the German mark on the bottom, but it also says USSR occupied. So this comes from sometime between the end of World War II and 1980, 88, or whenever the wall came down, right? Or whenever the two, East and West Germany, combined into one country. And there, I think that's supposed to be a gas station. But that's written in another language, German, Russian, I don't know. So anyway, I think this will sell for around $70, $75, something like that. That's my feeling. Because it's a nice earlier set, because they're still making these, but you'll see them in very bright colors, kind of bright and glossy. But it's an older set in an original box. It's amazing. So I'm looking at everything else that I have set out for today, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a second video. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these really cool antique finds, and as always, happy hunting.